told us to sit down, so we did. He had duct tape, he had a mallet, and then he pulled out a book bag. The book bag had bullets, guns.
He looked at me and said, "You gotta kill the rest of them." I looked at him and said, "You're stupid." No.
911, we're emergency.
We needed an ambulance and a cop at the Travel Lodge on Harbor Road. My friend was just shot.
Around 5 a.m. on July 9th, 2018, Beckley police received a nerve-wracking 911 call. 3 girls had been kidnapped, and one of them executed: Amber, Arileah, and Destiny. With only a hazy CCTV video to rely on, investigators raced against time to identify the armed and dangerous kidnappers. But nothing could prepare them for the truth behind this ruthless act. Beckley, West Virginia is home to about 16,000 residents, including 19-year-old Amber Dawn Meadows. Amber's childhood was far from ideal. Her mother barely in her life, leaving her to be catered to by other family members. Amber's accomplishments extended beyond her personality. In high school, she was a straight A student. Despite her academic prowess, Amber found time to be on the cheerleading squad and play on the school's softball team. All in all, it seemed like Amber had a bright future ahead of her. Everything had been going great for Amber until the summer of 2018, when she spiraled into a group of very shady people. Amber began to distance herself from her family and old friends. Although they made various attempts to figure out what had happened to Amber, all their efforts failed. They were left with no choice but to have faith that Amber would eventually return to her old self. Little did they know it was already too late.
911, we're emergency.
We needed an ambulance and a cop at the Travel Lodge on Harbor Road. My friend was just shot. She's laying in the floor in room 48. I'm not sure if she's still alive or not. Me and my friend escaped. We've been held hostage for I don't know how long.
The call came at around 5 a.m. on July 9th. A few minutes later, 2 officers from the Beckley Police Department in West Virginia arrived at the Travel Lodge Motel. Upon entering room 48, they were met with a horrifying crime scene. The first room was a chaotic mess. It had been turned inside out, with broken chairs, shattered doorknobs, and smashed lamps and bulbs. But nothing could have prepared them for what they were about to see in the second room. In the second room, they found an executed teen lying face up. The victim was identified as 19-year-old Amber Meadows. Forensic experts began processing the crime scene for evidence. They discovered several intriguing items within the motel room, including beer cans, cigarette butts, and leftover food, all of which were swabbed for potential DNA. Additionally, the detectives found a divider typically used in ammunition packaging. They also noticed a bullet lodged in the doorframe near Amber's body, possibly the one used in her shooting. In a nearby parking lot, they found a white hoodie with bloodstains. According to the 2 women, this hoodie belonged to one of the suspects. The detectives noticed that the hotel was equipped with numerous CCTV cameras. They approached the management for the footage, only to discover that all the cameras were inactive, ultimately being a major setback for the investigation. To assist the case, the motel manager provided the police with the ID used to book the room. Unfortunately, this wasn't any better, because after the detectives ran it, they found out that it had been stolen a few days prior. This sequence of events left the police with many unanswered questions. To find answers, the Beckley Police Department turned to the 2 teens who survived this nightmare. The information that detectives obtained from the girls would be vital to resolving this unsettling case.
Well, like I said, we're investigating what happened this morning, and I know it's obviously difficult for you, but to your best, of your ability, can you tell us what happened from the start to up until the finish?
We were sitting at the gas station, and she was trying to get in and out of her phone because none of our phones work. She said she had to use the bathroom, so she walked in, and she was over there for a minute. And we were just sitting in the car waiting on her. And then I just see 2 guys come up at our door. and I guess they were with Laquan.
At 12:34 a.m. in the early hours of July 9th, when the ladies were hanging out, Amber wanted to use the bathroom. So she drove to a nearby gas station to use the little store's bathroom. She was supposed to be back immediately, so the ladies waited in the car. Back at the gas station parking lot, a red SUV pulled in and parked next to Amber's vehicle. 3 black men and 1 white man exited the SUV. While the white man went straight into the store, the other men approached Amber's car. One of the black men opened the car door and aggressively asked for Amber. Arileah immediately recognized the black man asking for Amber as Laquan, and she was scared because she knew him as a dangerous guy.
And I've been telling her for days, like, not to mess with him, because I know his past, I know his history, I know all about him. I grew up around him. He's not a good person. He made his friend get in the back seat with me, and he had a gun in his hand.
Despite being told that Amber was in the restroom, Laquan went into the store to fetch her. This made them realize that he wasn't playing around and that something was up, but they couldn't tell what. In the store, Laquan looked around for a moment before entering the women's restroom. A few seconds later, he came out with Amber. Now, despite this unusual move, it looked like Amber and Laquan were familiar with each other and simply having a friendly conversation, but not for long. This impression was short-lived as Laquan began pressuring the girls to follow them back to their motel. It felt like a threat, but at the same time, it felt like that the guys were offering them a place to stay and freshen up for the night. Neither of the ladies could actually challenge the men because the guys were obviously armed and they were outnumbered. After much back and forth, the ladies were left with no choice but to give in to their demands. Now, before getting into their respective cars, Laquan, the guy who had gone to fetch Amber, switched hoodies with another guy. He also had one of the guys called Tyreek ride with them to ensure that the ladies didn't back out. As Amber was about to drive off, Laquan was seen huffing and puffing, angrily pointing fingers at Amber, likely threatening her to comply. Amber responded by reversing her car and lightly bumping into Laquan, and she then did it again. After some more shouting, Amber reluctantly complied. The suspect got into the red SUV and both cars drove off with Amber leading the way. Despite the whole ordeal, Arileah and Destiny still hoped that everything would be all right, but their optimism didn't last long.
They were following us behind. He made us go to the travel lodge. He was acting like everything was fine. I mean, they were getting along at first. And then as soon as we got in the hotel room, he told us to sit down, so we did. And then he pulled out a book bag. The book bag had bullets, guns. He had duct tape, he had a mallet. And he made us go sit in the room all together. Everybody was in one room where the beds was. Well, they were all joking and all fine, and then I heard him and Amber arguing in the bathroom. He broke the little light on the side. He broke that where the lampshade is. He broke the doorknobs off the door. He made her sleep in the bathtub. And all of a sudden, I had to use the bathroom, so they made us go into the other room where The
girls explained that Laquan switched up the second they were in the room, ordering one of the guys to guard the door and not let anyone out. He was extremely violent, giving the impression that he would kill Amber and them if he didn't get what he wanted. Back at the crime scene, while the police were taking the girls' statements, detectives discovered a Walmart receipt for the purchase of ammunition the day before. This receipt would later prove crucial in helping the detectives piece together the case.
Whenever he made us go in the other room and I went to use the bathroom, all you could hear is them, like it got real quiet for a second. And then all of you heard the gunshot.
When you heard the gunshot, it was just Amber and Laquan in the bathroom when you heard the gunshot?
Well, she was laying in front of the mirrors. So they must have came out the bathroom.
But back in that area, it was just those two back there when you heard the gunshot.
I heard a gunshot. So I was hurrying up putting my pants back on. trying to open the bathroom door. He was like, she shot herself. I knew she did. She wouldn't have done that. She was so scared that she was going to die that night. And then after that, he started getting all this stuff, and everybody, all the guys were gone. They left him, and he walked around the door when we did. Me and Destiny just went straight out the car and went straight over across the street to call 911. Destiny tried to tell the woman at the hotel desk to call 911, and she wasn't comprehending. And then after that, we just waited for y'all to walk back over.
Although the detectives reviewed footage of the suspects interacting with Amber at the Little General gas station, the footage was too unclear for definitive identification. It only provided a general idea of what the suspects looked like and helped piece together the timeline of the girl's story. This is where the Walmart receipt that the detectives found back at the motel comes in. The detectives discovered that the date of birth on the ID used to purchase the ammunition matched exactly with the ID used to book the motel room. This was a green light for them, as it confirmed that they were on the right track. Fortunately for the detectives, Walmart had CCTV cameras covering every angle of the store, both inside and out, providing a clear view of the suspects. The detectives first traced the timestamp of the ammo purchase, and then reviewed the footage from the camera over the counter. And sure enough, at around 6:20 p.m., they observed 3 black men, one of whom had the same looks as the man from the Little General store. Still, the detectives needed to get a clearer view of the suspect's face. Fortunately, the camera set at the exit of Walmart did not fail them, revealing the faces of the 3 black men, suspects 1, 2, and 3. The police hoped to spot the red Jeep again for a clear identification, but instead, the guys were seen walking all the way across the parking lot and getting into a vehicle that appeared to be gray or black. The detectives then reviewed footage from when the suspects arrived at Walmart. At 6:10 p.m., they observed a vehicle pulling into the parking lot from which the 3 black men emerged. Shortly after, a white man was seen exiting the car, holding what appeared to be a car key. All evidence suggested that he was the one that drove the red SUV later that night. Now at this point, the detectives had successfully identified all 4 suspects. The Beckley Police Department distributed their photos to security officials across the state, and a local deputy recognized the white man, known as KB, Caleb Bird. The deputy confirmed that he knew Bird and had seen him driving the red SUV around town before. The police located Bird's apartment complex and organized a raid. During the search, they discovered several firearms, including 2 that had green lasers, matching the description of the weapon that the girls reported being threatened with. Now, although Caleb wasn't home, he was living with his father. The detectives advised his father to persuade Caleb to turn himself in, which he did.
Yeah, and then fast forward, they're with me, and we pull up at the gas station, and she so happens to be there. I go inside to get a drink, use the bathroom, whatever I did, I don't even remember. And then they went over, talked to her, and I went back to my car, then I got out of the car. We were there for some, quite a while. Which he was intimidating her a little bit, and then started.
What do you mean by that?
Just talking shit to her because.
Was he accusing her of the?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, and then he started hugging on her, gave her a kiss, a couple things like that.
Okay.
And so I thought it was all cool. And again, I was in and out of my vehicle. I was in my vehicle for the most part as it all played out. I didn't even know what was going on for the most part. I thought maybe he was going to ride with her from there because I had been trying to go home forever. I mean, I had my baby mom calling, freaking out because I had her vehicle.
Okay.
I was
that the red Jeep?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so they were going to go to Shaka's house, and then we were supposed to go to Walmart, pick up a bed, and go to Shaka's. And then the girls said that they didn't want to go to someone else's house, and that they would rather go to the hotel room. So they come up with they want to go to the travel lodge. So we're there a little while longer, or whatever. And then Tyreek gets in the vehicle with them. And then Hudson and Shaka, they got in my vehicle, and we followed them to the travel lodge.
Okay.
We go to the travel lodge. Hudson walks in. He tries to go pay for the room, and then he walks back out to my vehicle. Asks if I had $20 to give him till tomorrow for the room.
Okay.
And I said I don't have any cash, but I can go ahead and swipe my card. He had to, whenever I walked in to swipe my card, he had already had the cash on the desk with the ID there. I looked at the ID and it didn't quite look like him, so I thought that was a little strange. It didn't look like HUD.
Okay.
And I thought it was a little strange.
So is it you and HUD the only ones that went in the front office there?
Shaka.
Okay.
I mean, he's pretty well known around here. Every time, which I never tried to be around him much because everybody always says it's bad news.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't.
He is apparently.
Yeah. I really don't know the guy, but
Okay.
freaking.
So you get the room, right?
Yeah, and then we go into the room, and we're in there for a little bit. He's talking a little bit of shit to Amber, and then
HUD is?
yeah,
Okay.
and then
What do you mean a little bit of shit?
just talking shit. I mean, just flashing guns at him and all that good stuff.
What's he talking about at this point?
It's just talking about that the drugs being taken from him.
I mean, at this
trying
point,
to
obviously
intimidate
she
her.
did it.
Yeah,
Okay.
trying to intimidate her. And then he was intimidating her with it.
How's he doing that?
He might have been messing with. He was messing with her. See, because I didn't think he was being serious. I thought he was just playing around with her at the gas station. And because they started hugging up on each other and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, whatever. Maybe they're hanging out or whatever. I normally don't ask too many questions. But
It sounds like things kind of changed since I tell you.
yeah, yeah, it was just like a complete different environment at that point. After I guess he got whatever he wanted. But
Well, you said he was intimidating her with the hammer. How was he doing that? What was he doing?
he was saying he was gonna hit her with it, and then he started I was in the living room area of the hotel for some time, and then I heard shit start getting hit. He hit the lamp, and then I was like, bro, chill out. You know, my car's on this room. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and that was another thing that kept me there. I was trying to make sure that the room was under so my car didn't get charged for it.
Yeah, that's gonna be on you, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, I ended up blocking my car the next morning so that they get charged for the damages. But freaking, but yeah, he had her, they were talking in the bathroom for a little while, and then it was just like a roller coaster the whole time. It was up and down, and him being mad, him being okay, him being mad, him being okay.
Really?
I mean, he was intoxicated. He was drinking more, and then smoking a little bit of weed.
Yeah.
But he don't do any drugs or anything like that. But he's just.
Or you said at some point he goes to the bathroom to get his gun, and you're saying it's not loaded, and he says it is loaded, and then you said you heard the shot.
No, yeah, that's because that's whenever everything happened.
Where were Tyreek and Shaka at that point?
Both in the room. That means.
Were they where you're at? You said you were right here, there.
I think Shaka might have been. Alright, so, I mean, you saw the room, I'm sure. So, I mean, that's the bathroom, right?
Okay, yep.
And then she is standing right there, leaning on the wall, right at the bathroom. And then he's over to the, I guess, right-hand side of her. Well, no, yeah. He might have been standing somewhere else at first. But then he goes into the bathroom because he said, "Where's my gun?" Because I was a little bit closer to the door to the living room at the time.
Okay.
And then I started walking over. I was kind of trying to look for him. And then she said it's in the bathroom. And then that's whenever he picked it up. And then about that time, like I said, she was standing about right here. That was probably.
Was she facing you or facing away? Or
she was facing me. I believe we may have even been talking.
Okay.
Because I was trying to calm her down. because every time she got upset, he got madder. Okay. So I was trying to talk to her throughout the night, like, calm down, you're going to be okay, and stuff like that. Just trying to talk her down. And because at first at the gas station, she was like, "Oh, I'm ready to die, blah, blah, blah." I said, "Please don't say that." And freaking.
Well, go over and show me what he did, because I still can't picture. I'm seeing the bathroom, okay?
It's in the bathroom.
The bathroom's there, the opening's there.
Okay, so.
Go be him and show me what we're talking about.
So she says it's in there. She's standing kind of like this. He walks around her, goes in. And it was at that time, I couldn't leave it when I saw it sitting over by the toilet. It was a toilet right there.
You saw the gun laying there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw it laying on the other side. And which I had to remember because I was over by the counter. I think, getting an ashtray or whatever, just smoked a cigarette. And then he goes, because I remember seeing it, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
But anyway, and then he goes, he picks it up, he opens it up, and like I said, at this point, he's right here, she's right here.
So he's looked at the cylinders, what you're saying? Okay, so he looks at it.
And then I'm about right here. About right here from them, and then maybe a little further, but about this much distance. And then from where I was standing, it looked like it was empty. So I was standing just right like this, and I looked at the gun whenever he opened it up. I said, "Oh, bro, it's empty." So she could have got hurt, if she tried to do something like that. And I was kind of telling her that too.
Yeah.
And then at that time, he ended up, he checked it and clicked it. Threw it back in there, and then he just, and he said, "No, it ain't, no, it ain't, no, it ain't," and he clicked it, and it went off.
Where did he put it? I mean, what?
Oh, he was saying she was right here, which, this would be a wall.
Where would be him?
Yeah.
Tell me that.
Yeah, this would actually be the wall on the other side, so they were more like right here, but he kind of steps over, and then he clicked it in, and he put it up to her head, and he said, "No, it ain't, no, it ain't, no, it ain't." Before I could even look away, he pulled the trigger, and then it just looked like she got punched. It kind of dazed me because of the loud noise.
Yeah.
And it kind of looked like she got punched. I didn't even see her fall because where I was standing right here, I turned to them, so Tyreek was right here, Shock was right here sitting on the bed. So Hudson was on the other side of the bed. And then I just turned and just like, what's going on? And it took like a split second for all this to go down. And then I think it was Tyreek that said, "Let's go, let's go, let's go." And then him and Shock kind of beat me to the door. And then there was a chair jammed in the door.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. You said you knocked the chair. What do you mean by that?
Well, it was jammed up like this.
Okay.
And then so...
Up on a knob to keep...
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I took it and I just threw it and then I grabbed the door handle because I guess he couldn't get it. He was shook up. Tyreek couldn't get it. I took it and threw it, grabbed the door handle, and I was the first one out the door.
Okay.
And then, like I said, Shock was behind me, Tyreek, and then Tyreek went and...
What was Hunt doing during this?
I don't know.
You guys were trying to get out. What was he... what did he do immediately after the shot?
Honestly, man, that's what I was trying to figure out. Because I was so freaked out by it. You know what I'm saying? And freaking... like I said, I went straight for the fucking door. Because, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to stay there without. I thought I was about to get shot. I thought I was about to get shot. So, I was ready to have to turn around and start shooting or, just go down, whatever. No, but I was fucking getting out of there.
Yeah.
And fucking, I guess he didn't even try to come out of the room or nothing, I don't guess. I really didn't see what he did after that. I just beeline to the court.
Well, right before that shot, did you see her do anything at all to cause that? Or?
No, she wasn't even upset at that point.
Okay. She was just standing there.
She wasn't scared no more because, not too long before that, he said that he was done fucking with her.
Yeah.
But she wasn't really scared of nothing, and then it just went off. She might have.
It didn't just go off.
Well, you know what I'm saying, but Yeah, I mean,
That's crazy. Wow, I told you you're a wild night. So,
Throughout Bird's statement, the detective noted that he wasn't taking responsibility for any of his actions, and he kept removing himself from the crime. The detective confronted him, pointing out that although it may not have been his intention, his role had a place in how things turned out. This was all a bid to see if he would at least be remorseful. Just a heads up, if you're liking the video, please consider subscribing to my channel. It helps more than you know. All right, back to it.
okay. All right. Well, let me ask you this, from a personal understanding, because, like I said, at some point I'm going to talk to the prosecutor about this and give an opinion of you. Do you feel like you contributed to this in some way? Or do you just feel like you're just, because earlier you were calling yourself a victim. I mean, I get that. I get that you were kind of stuck in a sticky situation. But do you feel like your role there contributed to...
honestly, I didn't realize that he was going to be holding them hostage.
Yeah.
At no point in time did I realize that until we got in the hotel room.
But at that point, and you talked about earlier that he wouldn't even let you guys leave, right?
Yeah, because me and Tyreek was trying to leave as soon as we got there.
But you did leave, right? You went to McDonald's.
Yeah,
But
he said...
Because the only reason I say this is because they're going to say this to me.
Yeah.
I just want to have an answer for it. They're going to say,
he made sure...
He said they couldn't leave, but they did leave.
He made sure that shopper went with me.
When you went to McDonald's the first time?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, either way, I mean, but you acted like they kind of felt like they were victims of circumstance too.
Yeah.
So really, because like I said, I'm just putting it in their words, because they're going to say this to me. They're going to say, he did leave. He could have very well have just gone home. He could have gone to the police.
Well,
hey, there's 911. They're holding some girls hostage up here at this hotel.
If I did that, I would have to shoot Shaka. I mean, he was armed.
But you said he didn't want to be there either.
No, Tyreek didn't want to be there. Shaka
I thought
was
you were
armed.
like all three of them were kind of, you three were kind of.
Oh, well, no, I mean, Shaka, he was a little more involved. I mean,
Okay.
And freaking, it was me and Tyreek that was trying to leave the whole time.
Yeah.
Like I said, Shaka was a little more involved.
Wrong. I completely think that you guys, and you and Tyreek are exactly what I told them, that I think you two were least involved. I think you kind of, I'm not going to call you victims because you make bad choices that led to bad things. But I just have to know for when I speak to them that you recognize your role in this. I mean, you did some messed up stuff. I mean, it is what it is. It's not, I don't think you meant for that girl to die that night. But
I mean,
you absolutely participated.
I definitely, I mean, I feel like I was held against my own will. I honestly feel like that.
Yeah. Well, but like I said, don't think I'm saying it myself, but I am putting these words, taking these words from what I'm going to hear later, okay? They're going to say no kidnap victim in their whole life has ever sat there with a Smith & Wesson M&P with a green laser on it and ran to the McDonald's and ran out, got food, and came back to the room.
And that's the only place I went was McDonald's.
But you see what I'm saying? That's what they're going to say. They're going to say, he's armed. He left the location. He didn't call the police. He didn't make any attempt. Hell, you could have texted your girlfriend and said,
I did.
Shit's
I
crazy.
messaged.
911, something.
I messaged my old lady. I said, you don't understand. She ended up getting a call on Facebook, and she heard a few things. I mean, I've got messages on my Facebook. I mean,
like I said, I'm not knocking you. I'm just saying you can see where where they're coming from, right?
But that's my thing. How am I supposed to take out 3 guys with a weapon that I haven't even...
Well, I think the argument will be, don't be with 3 guys. Just don't be in the drug trade with 3 guys who are... Because you knew at the gas station they were going to have these girls come back to the hotel.
Yeah, and I thought I was going to...
Hell, Tyreek rode with them, so I mean, his role was clearly to make sure that they go there whether they want to or not, or he wouldn't have rode with them. So I mean, you knew that at that point. So I'm not knocking you, but I am saying these are questions that you're going to face, and we need to have answers for them. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So, like I told you, I appreciate what you're doing. You have been very honest, I think, for the most part, and I really appreciate that. You skirted a couple issues I want to go back and address just a little bit, and you almost went into them. You thought about it, and you stopped yourself and was like, I don't know if I want to go into everything. But And I get it, trust me, I get it. But what I'm telling you is now it's kind of like that moment in time where you got to either go all in or you don't, and then you pay. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So you left some stuff out that occurred prior to this, that you were involved in, and I'm going to need you to go back, fill in the blanks for me. Be honest about it. You're doing great so far. And you've already covered the big part.
I really don't.
Because, I mean, that is a much more serious thing that you've already told me about. But I need you to go back and fill in the rest. Where you guys were, you know exactly what I'm talking about. What happened, what was taken, things like that. Okay?
What was taken?
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking about prior to us meeting up with those girls?
Yep. Prior to you being in Crab Watch, let's put it that way.
Can we get a cigarette?
As soon as we talk about this, I don't have a cigarette.
No.
If I had one, I would gladly go out there and get one, but I don't smoke. The part I don't get is why this part is difficult, because I've been sitting here thinking about it.
It's a totally different crime, isn't it?
Yeah, you were involved in two that particular night, but that's what I'm saying. I don't understand why you would tell me about, because that's a murder that you just told me about. Mm-hmm. So why would you have hesitation to tell me about this other?
Oh.
I don't get it.
Bird was initially hesitant, but after the detective created a safe environment, he admitted that he and the others had been involved in a robbery earlier that day.
And then I hesitate, and then Tyreek leads, and because the guy was standing on the porch, and freaking leads and starts telling people what to do. I'm just there for backup. And
Whoa. So who's on the porch? Who's telling people what to do? I have no idea what you're talking about. You lost me.
I don't know the guy's name.
Okay, so the guy that got robbed is on the porch. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So you said Tyreek. What did he do now?
He came up on the porch. He started instructing the guy to do stuff.
Okay.
And then
is Tyreek armed at this point?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Everybody was.
Okay.
And freaking then me and that Caleb dude were the other two involved in that, and freaking the guy wouldn't go in, and so the guy got robbed.
Okay.
He wouldn't go in the house.
All right.
And freaking me and the Caleb dude just kind of kept the guns out on him until he went in, and then I went through, searched, and freaking picked up phones, put them on the table.
Okay.
Told them that, nobody gonna hurt them. They just went to drugs.
Who all was in there at this point?
I don't
know. I'm not asking names, I'm just saying, give me ideas of who.
I mean, there was
three men and a woman, three kids and
there was a woman and 3 or 4 guys.
Okay. So you, at this point, you got a gun out, you said. Okay. Mm-hmm. And you put their phones on the table?
Yeah, I got their phones put on the table, and then I just looked through, make sure there wasn't nobody that was going to come out after us or nothing like that. And like I said, collect the phones. I don't know, everything's going to be okay. Nobody's going to hurt you. They just want the money.
Okay.
And then the guy ended up walking over to the couch, the guy that got robbed, and he went to go reach under the couch. And I heard Tyreek say, "Don't pull nothing out." So at that time, I left I was like in the kitchen area.
Okay.
And I left there and assisted him. And
assisted him how?
Just kept the gun on him, watching around, making sure he wasn't pulling out a gun. He hands a bag, and we get out.
Okay. So you and Tyreek are basically keep guns on these people, keep them from doing anything. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
so what is Caleb doing?
He's standing by the door, and then he's just kind of.
Well, somebody had to be going through the house, right? Like, I'm assuming you were looking for something, right?
Well, we were trying to get that dude, whatever his name is, to give it up.
Okay.
And at first he was like, "Oh, I don't have nothing." That's what I'm saying. Give it to him. I don't have nothing. Give it to him. And then,
what did he end up giving?
It was a bag, had several baggies of marijuana, like $60 cash, and like fucking $100 worth of stamped out heroin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it wasn't really.
Anything else? Did y'all take anything else? Get anything else in the house?
No. But whenever I walked out, I was almost to the car, and I heard shots, and I ducked down, and I got in the car because I didn't know if they were shooting, and then they hopped in the car and left.
Well, who was shooting?
I don't know who actually shot. I really don't.
I mean, it was you three, or was it?
It was one of us.
Okay, so it hadn't been Cameron or Tyree.
Yeah.
You're saying you didn't shoot.
Yeah, no, I did.
So it was one of them. What did they shoot at?
Tyreek eventually, later that night, said that he just shot in the air.
Okay.
So,
for a reason, or just...
By this time, the police had successfully identified Laquan, whose full name was David Laquan Hudson. The detective then brought in photos of the other suspects for Caleb to identify.
Can't take it.
Here, sorry. Be careful about this ash on the paper, then dump it in there. I won't drink. Okay.
I'll just sit here and just use that as your ashtray. Alright. A couple of things I wanted to clear up. Alright. That was the trick, no? There you go.
here, you want me to fix it?
I'm not carrying a pink light on it. Let's get wrong impression. Alright, it's a couple things. First off, who is that to you?
That's the guy's ID that he had, right? That's the
You tell me, you tell me.
right?
How do you know this guy? 'Cause this is a guy that knows you, so how do you know this guy?
That, I swear that looks like the picture that was on HUD's ID. That's what it looks like. That's not HUD.
Okay, alright, that's what I'm asking. Do you know this guy's name?
Maybe something with a T. Like I said, because he wrote a
Did
T
you guys see him at all that night? Like we talked about?
on the ID. I'm telling you, that's the guy with the ID
Okay.
for the room.
Okay. But what I'm asking is, did you guys
He
actually
was
in
not
person
with us.
see him? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, no.
So you guys did not come across him at any point in your night?
No, I'm telling you, that's the guy with that.
Okay. Whose Subaru you remember anything?
My parents.
Was it belong to them?
Yeah.
It's got disabled motor tag. What kind of Subaru is that?
It's in prison. It's a 16 model.
Oh,
Sport model. Yeah, it's nice. I had one similar, but I don't let the thing go, man.
Look like cross-track.
Yeah, they do. It's an hatchback.
Looks a lot like that.
Yeah.
So, you guys bought some ammunition the night before that.
It was the day before that. He was buying ammo because I guess he just had got the see, that was probably me leaving to go.
Yeah,
After I used the bathroom. Yeah.
the Subaru. Okay.
Yeah. So he told me he was buying the ammo for his 38 because he didn't have any.
Okay. Did you get any ammo?
No, I didn't. Yeah, I just went to the bathroom at Walmart and then I left, went down to Taco Bell, and then they called me, and then I went back up there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I picked them up, and then went back to Taco Bell because the mom was too long, so I said, alright, I'll come and pick y'all up.
Okay. I mean, no parking disabled fucking.
Yeah.
Disabled.
Yeah.
Come on, that's probably the worst thing you've done today.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Sorry.
Write that on there for me. I want to get it clear so I know what I'm looking at here. Just... And then, who's that?
That's Shark.
And him. You put the AKs and everything. I like it. Or what?
On Facebook as Laquan.
Okay.
Hudson.
Very good. Good deal. And then obviously this is the end together, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that night when you guys were evening, whatever, you said, yeah, day. We're gonna go get this. We're gonna go get this ammo. That's how it works, buddy.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
I told you might be a little surprised at it.
Yeah, that is crazy.
So,
Despite having identified the prime suspect, Hudson, the police were unable to apprehend him because he was in hiding. As a result, detectives shifted their focus to Tyreek, who lived in the same apartment complex as Caleb.
lay it out there for me, okay? Show me who you are. Tell me.
All right, this is what happened. I'm going to tell you full honest truth. I'm not going to hurt you.
Okay. That's what you need for your own sake.
All right, so this is what happened. We saw the girls at the gas station.
Okay. Let me stop you just for a quick second. And the only reason I'm bringing this up is because I'll get asked this later, the prosecutor's office stuff. When you say we and stuff, don't use those kind of words. Lay it out there.
Okay.
Tell me who.
Me, Hud, Shaka, and KB. I don't know Shaka's real name. And I only know Caleb as, you feel me?
KB, okay.
Yeah, KB.
That's what you're calling my head.
Alright, so we saw him at the gas station. Hud said, I know that girl. I said, what girl? He said, that girl. He said, let's hop out the car. We hopped out the car. We walked up on her car. I saw Arileah. I said, well, I know Arileah. I'm like, okay, she's cute. I'm going to try to hack on her.
Okay.
You feel me? He goes into the store and gets the girl. She comes out. They're just talking and stuff like that. The door is open. I'm talking to Arileah and stuff like that. And the girls is talking about how they don't got nowhere to go. So Hud said, I will pay for a room for you.
Okay.
Okay. All three of those girls hopped in the car with me.
Which you?
The white car.
Okay. So, I mean, technically, you got in the car with them.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got in the car with them.
Okay.
You feel me? I rolled up a blunt and I smoked with Arileah. I didn't smoke with those two other girls because I did not know them. I only knew Arileah.
Well, let me ask you this. Why'd you get in there? You rode there with the guys, right?
Yeah.
Why'd you get in their car?
Because he was like, hop in the car with the girls. And I was like, all right, I'll hop in the car. And then on top of that, Arileah was sitting there. So I was like, all right,
I get it. Okay.
Okay, I'll hop in the car.
Yeah.
All right, so when we hopped in the car, before we hopped in the car, he was like, we'll take you to Shaka's. Arileah was like, I don't want to go nowhere where I don't know nobody. So he was like, all right, so we'll take you to a hotel. She was like, okay, I'll go to a hotel. All three of the girls agreed to go to a hotel.
Okay.
We did not force them to do anything they did not want to do. I'm not that type of person. I'd have left if I had done that stuff.
Okay.
Real talk. I'm not that type of person. So I hopped in the car. She pulled off. Hud, KB, and Shaka was in KB's car behind them.
Okay.
They rode off. We went to the Travel Plaza. We hopped out. KB parked behind the car. And you feel me? We talking to the girls still.
Okay.
Still talking to the girls. KB, Hud, and Shaka went into the checkout the plaza.
Okay, lobby.
Yeah, they went in the lobby. And before they went in the lobby, a cop car pulled around behind KB's car. Mm-hmm. So Hud said, hop out the car, park KB's car. She hopped out the car, parked KB's car. I was in the car with her when she hopped out the car.
Who's that? She, when you say she?
The girl that got murdered.
Okay.
I don't even know the girl's name like that.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's fine.
I don't even know her name like that.
But you know it's the one that was
the one that got murdered.
Okay.
She hopped in the car, pulled the car around, parked. The cop did a little circle around and stuff like that. I'm not gonna lie, I was smoking weed. I had weed in my system and stuff like that. People were doing dog food and stuff like that. So I got out the car and went in the lobby. That's why you see me on the lobby.
That makes sense.
You see, I was the last person to walk in.
You were.
That's why you see me on the lobby.
Tyreek's testimony suggested that he believed that the police had access to the motel's CCTV footage, unaware that the cameras were actually non-functional. Interestingly, the detectives chose not to reveal this, instead playing along to encourage Tyreek to incriminate himself and provide as much information as possible.
So we went, you feel me? I went in the lobby. HUD was complaining about how they thought some racist stuff. He basically was saying this racist, this, that, and the third. Normal black people stuff, for real. So I'm like, so we leave out of, the girls were over there beside the Dairy Queen thing.
Okay.
Where the checkout and where the ordering junk is, the two girls.
For the drive-thru. Okay.
That was right there. We walked out, they walked out with us. We walked out the lobby, they walked up to the thing. HUD and her was still talking, and she was like, well, I want to go take a shower. And HUD he said, we'll go to the hotel and take a shower. We all followed him up to the hotel. We got in there. Then when we got in there, HUD started drinking and stuff like that, and he started playing with the gun. We said, stop playing with the gun. It was like stuff, well, you feel me, bad stuff can happen if you keep playing with that gun. Yeah. You feel me? So,
what do you mean by playing with the gun?
He was playing with the gun. He was playing.
What does that mean?
Like he was pointing the gun at people and stuff like that. He wasn't only pointing at her, he was pointing at us too.
Okay.
And I'm like, yo, hold on, stop that. Like,
which gun is this at that point?
At that point, it's the revolver.
Okay.
He's pointing that revolver at everybody.
Good deal.
And I'm like, yo, bro, that revolver can actually go off. The revolver was already full. I'm like, yo, that can go off, bro. Don't be pointing it at people, because somebody can get hurt in here, and then we gonna be looking stupid.
Yeah. That's it.
All right. So the girls, they said we sat in there, we chatted it out. We went to go get some McDonald's.
Okay.
KD and Shaka went to go get McDonald's.
Okay.
KD and Shaka came back. We ate our McDonald's meat. KD, HUD, Shaka, and I think HUD gave one of the girls a burger. It was the one of the white girls.
Okay.
It was the one that was with Arileah.
Okay.
Arileah's girlfriend gave her a thing. Gave her a hamburger. She said she wanted some food. He gave her some food. You feel me? And then after that, I'm trying to remember. After that, they went to the back room. The girl was still the Arileah and the girl.
Okay.
They went in the back room, and how the room set up. It's the bed right here, and it's another bed right there.
Yeah.
They got on that bed. HUD said, that's y'all's bed, since y'all, and me and her can lay on there. But she didn't want to lay on that bed with HUD. She didn't want to do anything with HUD. So
you're saying the girl that got shot? The girl that got shot,
she didn't want to do nothing. So she decided to lay on the bed with the other girls.
Okay.
All right. All that was happening. Me and Shaka realized that our food was fucked up. So we decided to walk across and go to McDonald's. Go to the McDonald's and tell them that our food was fucked up.
Okay.
They said he gave his name and stuff like that. So we was like, all right, cool. In the morning, we gonna come over here and eat.
Tyreek's choice of words in this section is quite incriminating, as it could imply that he was more concerned about being caught than about the murder itself.
A little bit. Let's talk about the parking lot at the gas station.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Was that, you said you were just kind of driving by, or you guys were riding by?
No, we was pulling up to the gas station.
Okay. Was that totally by chance that you saw these girls, or were you guys going to meet these girls?
No, that was by chance.
Okay.
That was off of not dumb luck, but that was off of bad luck. I'm gonna say it like that.
But I mean, there was no contact between them and any.
Not of my knowledge. Okay. I'm telling, not of my knowledge.
Okay. But I mean, nobody in the car said, "Hey, let's go meet these girls."
Nobody said that.
Okay.
Nobody said that.
So you guys get there and you get out. Tell me about that. What was HUD saying to them? What were they saying?
He said, I know that girl's car. He hopped out the car. We went over there. He talked to the girls. And when he was talking to the girls, he was just like, hey, what's good? Stuff like that. Where's your friend? They said she in there.
Okay.
And he went in there to go get her. And I stayed outside. I was trying to go early.
Okay. Was there any, what did the girl that got shot at HUD, did they say anything to each other outside?
What do you mean? Did they say anything? Like, no.
Was there any argument going on or anything at all?
No. The only argument that went on was the argument between her and Shaka. Shaka and her got in an argument because Shaka was being Shaka. He was just playing around with her, and she she was in a bad mood already because she was already in her car living in it, and she didn't like that.
Okay.
And that's the only argument that was said.
Okay. Well, what, so you said you get in the car with them,
Mm-hmm.
and then they follow you guys?
No, they didn't follow us.
Vice versa.
They followed.
You guys followed them.
They followed us.
Okay.
Well, I was in the car with the girls. So
That's right.
HUD and them followed us.
Okay. So you go to the hotel. Did you
Yes.
guys stop anywhere on the way up to the hotel? Straight to the hotel?
Straight to the hotel.
Okay. And then you said you guys went in, got the room.
Yeah.
Okay. And then from the moment you got into the hotel rooms themselves, why would there be an indication that these girls felt they couldn't leave?
I really don't know. The girls didn't want to leave. The girls wanted the hotel.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the girls wanted the hotel. HUD offered the hotel, and they said yes.
Okay, and that's fine. I mean, I believe that part is legitimate. I don't have any argument there. I'm saying what I'm telling you is at some point, it sounds to me that things changed.
Yeah, when you start pointing that gun at people.
Well, yeah, that's when it would be.
Yeah.
What was he saying at that point?
He was just like pointing the gun at people, clicking the gun and stuff like that. He pointed at me and clicked it. He pointed at everybody.
Okay.
He even looked at me and was like, he was pointing guns, looked at me, he was like, you can die, you can die, you can die, you can die. He even said all that.
Yeah.
I was scared for my life. I thought after he pulled that trigger, he was gonna kill us next. So I ran.
Well, what did you have a gun?
Did I have a gun? Yes, I had a gun.
Okay. What kind did you have?
I had a Taurus.
Okay.
Millennium. I had a gun. Yes, I did have a gun.
I'm assuming everybody had a gun, right? I mean,
Yeah, everybody had a gun in there.
Okay. So everybody has a gun. You said he's pointing a gun. Do you at some point go to McDonald's? You said, right?
I said, I'm going to be, no, KB and Shaka went to
I'm talking about
McDonald's.
after that. You guys went because the order was wrong.
Yeah, the order was wrong,
And
yes.
that was you and
Shaka.
Shaka. Okay. So you guys go to tell them that the order was wrong. And didn't they tell you to come back in the morning?
They said come back in the morning. Yeah,
Okay.
we left and went back to the room.
Okay. Well, you say you're in fear for your life a second ago.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a fair statement, considering you're armed with a gun and you've left the hotel and come back?
I've never shot a gun before.
Never shot one. You just carried it around?
For protection. I never shot a gun before.
Okay, well, we'll get to that. What, do you see where I'm coming from, though?
Yeah.
Because there's going to be some things I throw at you, not because I'm coming down on you or trying to...
I'm telling you guys that's true.
Well, what I'm saying is there's going to be questions I'm going to be asked by like a prosecutor at some point, and they're going to want explanations for something.
Yeah.
And for you to sit there and say, I was scared for my life, they're going to say, the guy had a gun in his pocket, and he left and came back. He can't be too... You see what I'm
Which
saying?
mean left and came back?
You went to McDonald's, and you came back to the hotel room, right? So, I mean, I just would say that doesn't look like somebody that's scared for their life. That looks like somebody that's just come back to the room, right?
Yeah.
So...
No, at that point I wasn't scared for my life.
Okay. But that was after you said he started pointing guns around.
When
You said that as soon as you got to the room.
Yeah, he was pointing guns, yeah.
So that was after all that. You go to McDonald's, you come back.
Yeah.
You're still armed. You're armed when he pointed a gun at you.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
I mean, you see where they're going
I got
from?
scared as soon as he pulled that trigger and hit that girl. That's when I got scared.
Well, yeah, I would assume after she got murdered, you would be.
Before he did that, he did point the guns at us and said, "You can die, you can die, you can die, you can die." And then you feel me? He pulled that trigger, and when he pulled that trigger,
yeah. So I mean, do you see where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
As far as that making sense, is that doesn't look like somebody that's scared. That looks like somebody that's participating or there with everybody. If that makes sense, present. It's not like you were being held hostage or anything. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because that's what they're going to say.
Yeah.
So we got to explain that, and not that we're getting close. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I understand all that, but I had no part. Like, I did not have no knowledge of any of this. I had no part in this. I did not want to kill anybody.
I believe
That's
that.
why I'm trying to stress, because I don't want people to look at me and be like, well, he just went with HUD to go kill that girl. No, I did not. I went with HUD because we were partying before that.
At this point, the detectives had a complete account of the story, including the robbery in which everyone participated. Their primary focus now was to determine how consistent each testimony was with the truth.
Well, let's talk about right before the shooting happened. Tell me let's go back through that. I want to be very detailed. Where was everybody at? There's 7 people in these 2 rooms.
I gotta stand up. That's what
That's cool.
I'm trying to stand up. All right. When she got shot,
Yeah.
right before she got shot, all right. The girls left out, and Arileah and her partner
Left out.
went into the living room.
Okay. That's the room with no beds.
The room with no beds, yes.
Okay.
The room with no beds to hop in the shower.
Okay.
All right. Oh, the earliest girl said, y'all don't come out of this room because my girl's getting ready to go take a shower.
Okay.
I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting on the chair. I think KB is coming out the bathroom behind HUD, and Shaka was walking out the bathroom, and when HUD pointed the gun at the girl, Shaka turned around, looked at him, and said, make sure there ain't no bullets in there, because we know how your dumb ass is. You dumb right now. You finna accidentally shoot her.
Let me ask you this real quick.
KB said, nah, there's no bullet in there. And HUD pointed the gun and shot.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. What was everybody doing in the bathroom? Because you just described like 3 or 4 people coming out of that little tiny bathroom.
What, while everybody was in the bathroom?
Yeah.
We went in remember I said we went in the bathroom, and when we went in the bathroom, he was hitting the hammer against the walls and stuff like that.
Okay.
And
that's where the doorknob is.
Yeah, broke the doorknob and all that. And then they was trying to fix the doorknob. Yeah. They was trying to fix the doorknob.
Okay.
KB and HUD was trying to fix the doorknob. She was standing right there in front of where the mirror is.
Okay.
Right there.
Yeah.
KB and HUD was trying to fix the doorknob. Shaka said, let me see if I can do it. When Shaka didn't, because KB was more worried about the room getting damaged.
It's on his card, yeah.
Yeah, it's on his card. He was more worried about the room getting damaged. So he trying to fix the doorknob and stuff like that. Wasn't no fixing.
Yeah.
Wasn't no fixing.
Too late? Okay.
Yeah, it's too late. Wasn't no fixing it. So when they walked out the bathroom, I'm still sitting on the chair.
Okay.
Sitting on the chair, and boom, he walked over there beside Shaka walked over there beside the right bed, looked back, and said, make sure there ain't no bullets in there, because you stupid right now, and we don't know if you gonna kill a girl or not. You feel me? We don't know if it's a bullet in that chamber. And KB said, nah, there's no bullet in there.
What HUD say?
And HUD pointed the gun, did this, and he was like, no, and shot him.
What do you mean they did this?
It's like he checked, for real.
Okay.
Like he checked if it was a bullet in the gun.
Okay.
It's like he checked, but he didn't.
Said you called it a revolver earlier.
Yeah, revolver, yeah.
Okay.
It's like
he opened the cylinder?
He didn't open the cylinder. He just tilted it to the side to see if it was there or not.
Okay.
And he shot it.
Where was he pointing? Show me.
He was, alright, the girl standing, because like I said, the girl was in front of me.
Okay.
Because I was sitting in the chair.
She's facing you, right?
She's facing me. The girl was in front of me.
Okay.
And HUD behind her.
Okay.
Behind her. Now, I don't know if the gun was tilted up or not, because I don't know how the bullet went in there or anything like that, but he pointed the gun, and when he pointed the gun, you see he shot it. And when you saw, that's before Shaka said, make sure there ain't no bullets in that gun, and KB said, it's not a bullet in there. And you see the girl just dropped. She just dropped.
Okay.
And I'm like, and I got up, ran, KB ran, Shaka ran.
What HUD do?
HUD just sat there. He was like this. Like surprised.
Uh-huh.
And then, you feel me? When KB ran out the door, I ran out the door.
say to you?
After, what I'm about to tell you. I'm about to tell you everything, okay? HUD ran in, I ran out the door. KB ran out the door. Shock ran out the door. I turned back around. I was like, HUD, we gotta go. And before, I was like, HUD, we gotta go. He walked up to me and was like, we gotta kill the rest of them. And I said no. And I ran off and we left him.
Okay.
After numerous failed attempts to arrest David Hudson, the police later contacted his mother, who assured them that he would turn himself in. The following day, a local attorney informed the Beckley Police Department that Hudson was with him and ready to turn himself in, but would not provide any statement. This was a win and lose scenario for the police, as although they knew the truth, they wanted to hear it from the prime suspect's point of view. After a week-long trial, he was convicted of 3 counts of kidnapping and the homicide of Amber Meadows, resulting in 4 life sentences. As for the other guys, Antoine Williams pleaded guilty to kidnapping and voluntary manslaughter, receiving a 20-year prison sentence. Tyreek Pearl and Caleb Bird, on the other hand, pled guilty to conspiracy to commit murder. Due to their cooperation, their sentences were more lenient. They were sentenced to 3 years of supervised probation, with Tyreek ordered to undergo rehabilitation. Now, if you think this case was horrific, well, you need to check out my video on the best friend who turned out to be the prime suspect.